Alfred Hitchcock is known as the master of suspense, a title earned over 50-plus movies spanning 6 decades. The man is a cinematic genius, so I can't imagine anyone with the balls to face his potential wrath from the grave by making a movie about his life and risk disappointing him. Luckily for the filmmakers of 2012's Hitchcock, Mr. Kitchen Knife himself didn't believe in ghosts and would more than likely enjoy this film about his greatest success, Psycho. Before chopping women up in the shower, Hitchcock did a lot of spy suspense movies. While the plausibility of many circumstances, such as assassination by crop duster or dangling off the tip of Mount Rushmore, are quite unlikely, he knew how to keep an audience engaged. I find it rather ironic that he's remembered more for his nightmarish thrillers such as The Birds and Psycho, rather than his earlier films which showed a lot more sentimentality and romanticism. Of course the man has always been interested in sex, rage, and murder, but before anyone goes questioning the mental state of someone who could come up with the brutal fantasies involved in such things as strangers on a train, remember that by being a paying member of the audience, you are being complicit to the crime. Anyway, Hitchcock starts off with a cheeky narration of Ed Gein's first murder, introduced in that classic Alfred Hitchcock Presents style. It's silly, predictable, underwhelming, and nothing less than you'd expect from a movie with Hitchcock in the title. But I was surprised at how dark and tense the movie gets after we're pulled deeper into the mind of Hitchcock. I mean, I jumped when Hitchcock opened a folder. Just a folder! No gun, no knife, no nothing. Just a folder! Because this movie does what good movies should. It puts you in the proverbial shoes of the protagonist. The story tracks Hitchcock's rising distress as he tries to self-finance a risky venture to the horror genre, despite the protest of friends, the studio, the censor board, all while trying to balance his love and labor between his wife Alma. Of course, there's plenty of homage paid to Hitchcock's films, the silhouette on the walls, the constant POVs from victims who aren't aware they're being watched. He even had his dogs in the movie. I chuckled at the constant references to Vertigo being a box office failure, even though it now sits in some of the most prestigious top 10 lists of all time. Also, as a fervent objector to censorship, I love the ongoing battle that Hitchcock had with the censor board throughout the film. Never has an American movie had a toilet in it, much less watched it flush. F you, censorship. But would it surprise you to say that in the end, this was a romantic comedy? That's right, it's a love story between Alfred and his wife Alma. They're old people, which is kind of weird for me, but they're still in and out of love constantly throughout the movie, trying to work that out. And who better to play a film director obsessed with psychology and murder than the man who played our favorite homicidal psychopath, Anthony Hopkins. His performance is both simple and poignant, showing Hitchcock to be a man of minimal expression but a deep feeler. There's always this tinge of psychosis in his eyes, like he's just about to pull out a knife and kill everybody. He's like the serial murdering grandfather I always wanted. Keeps his beer down in the basement, 5 feet away from the bodies. Anyway, it's a great movie to be enjoyed by the Hitchcock and all of us. And if you don't like Hitchcock, f*** you.